rate against BJP goes 25-30%, even if it is 25-30%, you will see the balance coming to this opposition and ruling.
Sure, because most of these seats are in North and West. Most of these Congress versus BJP fights have been in North and West India, and in both 2014 and 2019, the BJP demolished them there. So do you see any prospect of the Congress reviving, or do you believe that is, as I called it, the kamzor kadi or the elephant in the room? Then unless the Congress revives, nothing's going to change on the ground.
I wouldn't say this, I would just put it differently. Unless somebody breaks into the North and the West frontiers of BJP, they are not coming down. And when I say somebody, it means if Akhilesh's party were to break, say BJP in UP, and they win 30, 40, 50 seats, it's a big blow to BJP. If Lalu Yadav can defeat, Tejaswi Yadav can defeat BJP in Bihar, that's another 20, 25 seats. If Sharad Pawar and Uddhav Thackeray defeats BJP in Maharashtra, then even without Congress, BJP will be brought to like 200, closer to 200. But the problem is, unless Congress and plus these three big regional allies, unless they get their act, because it's not only Congress whose strike rate against BJP is in single digit. Same is the case with SP. Just look at their track record. In 2014, Akhilesh's party SP has won only 5 MP. When they fought in alliance with BSP, still they got only 5. So unless SP number goes up, BJP is bound to get 60-70 seats in UP. Same thing in for example, Bihar. It's not only Congress. The RJD seat in Bihar is 0. So it's not only for BJP. Same goes for Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar. Unless these 4-5 key players in North and West who are taking BJP head on, their strike rate goes to 25-30%. There is no, it's very difficult how you are going to defeat BJP.
Now, many believe that part of the problem also is Rahul Gandhi himself. He's gone on a Bharat Nyaya Yatra. Earlier Bharat Jodo Yatra, now a Bharat Nyaya Yatra. And many say that unless Rahul Gandhi in a way says, I am not the prime ministerial candidate, the BJP will make it again Modi versus Rahul in some way, and that will put the opposition into a trap. Do you agree with that it is necessary for the Congress to say that Rahul Gandhi isn't our prime ministerial candidate and throw up someone else, possibly a Mallikarjun Kharge?
I think it's not necessary. What is necessary is that Rahul Gandhi allows somebody else to run the Congress if he is not running the Congress. Because look at...
But he is running the Congress.
He's running the Congress, but he's not saying that he's running the Congress. That is the problem. Look at whoever is advising them. This could be the worst time for you to leave headquarters and go for a yatra. Yatra was to be done maybe 6 months, a year before, 2 years before. Now is the time when you should be meeting with your strategic allies. You need to raise resources. You need to finalize your candidates. You need to firefight on daily basis. When you are needed at headquarters, you are in field. When you were needed to be in field, then you were sitting in Delhi. I don't know who advises them. Just imagine you are losing a key ally in Bihar. Whether he's worth his name or not, that's a different thing, but he was a key ally. Rather than being on the ground sorting that issue out, somebody like Congress President Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, I read his statement. He said, I'm hearing the report, well, I will reach Delhi and then I will figure it out what has happened. When the deal is already done, he is the next day, by the time Kharge reaches, Mr. Kharge reaches Delhi, Nitish Kumar is swearing there as a BJP chief minister or N.D.A. chief minister. So what I'm saying is, this is the strategic commonsensical thinking. You do not leave the commander of the army, you don't go to the field when you have to be on the headquarters.
Are you saying Rahul Gandhi should step aside, or are you saying that Rahul Gandhi should be clear that if you are going to be the commander, act like a commander,
yes,
not be on a yatra at a time like this, be at the headquarters managing?
You and I know that no decision will happen, when nothing important will move in Congress unless Rahul Gandhi approves it. And when you need that minute-to-minute involvement and his decision making, his opinion, he is in Manipur, Nagaland, he is in Yatra. I don't think this is the best use of his time. So what I'm saying is he has to be clear. It's not about whether he's a prime minister face or he's the campaign manager, he's running. I read your tweet only. If you are doing this yatra, a solo yatra, then this is the worst time to do a solo yatra. Then it should have been an India yatra.
Exactly.
It should not have been a Congress yatra. And if you are doing a Congress yatra, then forget about India.
You know, because you've often said that, and many believe now that Indian elections have become presidential. 2014, 2019 general elections are increasingly about kaun banega Pradhan Mantri leadership contest. Would the India alliance pitching a Nitish Kumar a few months ago or a Mallikarjun Kharge now or even a Rahul Gandhi, would that make any difference or that's not really
I
the
was
issue
asked
anymore?
this question on Mr. Kharge and my answer was, whoever you pitch, be decisive, be clear. Look at the name proposal vis-a-vis with regards to Mr. Kharge. Two allies proposed his name. He in the same meeting said yes and literally backed out. His own party did not offer a single formal statement to it. So before getting into merit whether Mr. Kharge, announcement of Mr. Kharge as a prime minister face would add value or not, you have to first realize that whether you are making the announcement or you are not making the announcement. So this indecision is killing them.
Do you believe even now, is it too late now?
Indecision that whether Rahul Gandhi is running Congress or Mr. Kharge is running Congress. Is Mr. Rahul going to be the prime minister face or somebody else? If he doesn't want to be the prime minister, let it be said in those many words by himself, nobody than him, that I'm not the candidate, whoever is decided.
No, but do you believe that the India alliance should have a face even now?
I still go back and say if they have a face, definitely it will add value, definitely.
You know, the reason
not having a face is not going to give them any advantage.
The reason I'm asking you this is because while the India alliance appears in disarray, as you said, perception-wise certainly, the BJP on the other hand seems to have got an extra dose of energy. They seem to be even more energized than they were before 2019 because of the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony. Do you believe that has now pushed Mr. Modi onto another level even compared to 2014 and 19 because now it's Ram, it's Labharti and it's Hindutva?
No, I don't think Ram Mandir thing is going to add a great deal of new vote to BJP. If it certainly has enthused the BJP rank and file, it has given something to chat and feel good about to the voters, but I do not see this event of Ram Mandir bringing them new votes. If there is anything, it has certainly consolidated their vote. The vote is again, the vote this time is definitely for the Mr. Modi or against him. It's not about Ram Mandir.
Now, what is the BJP's USP in 2024? Is it Ram? Is it Modi? Or is it Viksit Bharat?
It's Modi. And Ram, Viksit Bharat, Labharti, Hindutva, everything is now subservient to this brand Modi.
What is brand Modi? What is this secret sauce? Because you worked with him. What is the secret sauce of this brand Modi? How is brand Modi in 2024 different to the brand Modi that you worked with in 2014?
Well, Mr. Modi's strength is that he evolves, and his whole agenda also evolves every 5 years. So in 2002, he was the Hindu Hriday Samrat. By 2007, he became this able administrator who could bring development to Gujarat. By 2014, he evolved as somebody who can change India. By 2019, he evolved as somebody who can bring great pride and courage and conviction in the story of India. By 2024, he is being positioned as somebody who has brought Ram back to this country. That is how he has evolved, and everything what they do is subservient to this evolution.
So the cult of Modi now is even bigger than that of the BJP. People are voting for Modi, not the BJP.
Definitely, no, goes without saying. I'm not saying they are not voting for BJP, but I'm saying a bulk of the vote that is coming their way, Modi is the major decisive factor,
But
the delta.
How will you respond to those who will say that...
You go to the field and many contesting MPs would concede this, that but for Modi they would find it very difficult to win with the same track record, with same Hindutva, with same Ram Mandir euphoria, with same Labharti model. Just remove Modi, many MP candidates of BJP would find it difficult to win.
Because in 2019, interestingly, CSDS post-poll survey showed that 1 in every 3 people who had voted for the BJP had voted because they said they wanted to vote for Mr. Modi.
Yeah.
So in a sense, without Mr. Modi, the BJP is not the dominant force, you're saying.
It's like imagining Congress in 1980 without Indira Gandhi.
You're saying Mr. Modi today is in the same space that Mrs. Indira Gandhi was in 1980.
He is Indira Gandhi of BJP.
He's the Indira Gandhi of BJP. You're giving me a nice one-liner.
Yeah, but politically speaking,
Sure.
his ability to catch vote is not necessarily dependent on ideology or organization or the candidate. People are straight voting the way they voted for Indira Gandhi. People are straight voting for Mr. Modi.
No, but since you use the Indira Gandhi analogy, let me take that forward. Many will say that Mr. Modi has redrawn the way elections are fought.
I know, see, my comparison would not be liked by both sides, but
sure.
I'm just making this comparison purely on this aspect of people voting directly for Indira Gandhi, same way people are voting directly for Mr.
But there will be those who will say that the BJP is now, or Mr. Modi is drawing on a mix of state power, of media power and religion to overpower the opposition. So the opposition has no space in India to compete anymore.
See, any leader who builds that kind of brand would have some ideological backing to his or her positioning. Indira Gandhi was also seen as Indira is India, India is Indira. She had this charisma and the control over state machinery, as we call it, in totality, be it judiciary, election commission, media, all together. So it's not that this is the first time we are seeing something of that in India. It has happened before. In between, we have seen a coalition government where this absolute control has probably gone a little down. And also, as a society, we have evolved. Those systems are a little bit more robust than what it used to be, say, in 70s or 80s. But we have seen the abuse of power by those who have run this country, whether it was 356, using or misusing election commission and media. It's not a new phenomena per se. The extent or the degree could vary. Depending on who you are and who is analyzing the situation, could choose to say, no, the earlier one was bad, but not this bad. But as a society, as a country, we have seen it.
No, the reason I'm asking you this is today opposition leaders are blaming EVMs, want us to go back to ballot papers. Others are saying the enforcement directorate is simply targeting opposition leaders. Institutions like the election commission have been captured. A defeatist mentality or a sense of victimhood has gripped the opposition, that everybody, sab hamare khilaf ho gaye hain. The system is against us today.
I doubt.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree. If that is the case, I heard Rahul Gandhi saying that free media, make media free, ED, CBI free, election commission free, and I will win.
Yes.
Somebody need to just ask a commonsensical question, that in 2014 you were in the power. Media was very much under you. Election commission, judiciary and entire system was under you. How did you came to 45?
They argue the BJP and Mr. Modi have misused these powers that you have. They have misused state power.
Rajdeep, stick to that logic, that if Congress party is losing only because of ED, CBI, election machinery and media, etc., then how did they lose in 2014? Just tell me that. So I'm saying, if you lose, whoever is in power, definitely they will use and would have some strategic advantage because they have control, they have more resource. But these advantages were with you when you were in power. Still you were defeated. And BJP with all these powers, it's not that they are not losing elections. They have lost many elections in last 5 years.
No, Prashant, the reason today, interestingly, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, has gone to the extent of saying if Mr. Modi wins, this could be India's last free and fair election.
Well, I'm not one of those who believe, and I could be wrong, but for many years now I have been telling this, because he's not the first one. Many people have raised this issue. Arvind Kejriwal has said this many times. Other leaders have also said this. Many commentators also believe, and they say this in private also. I don't think I'm one of those who believe that Mr. Modi can completely hijack the whole system here, change the constitution, will become a dictator, and India would have no longer a democratic setup. I think we are underestimating the might and the wisdom of the common people here. Nobody, no matter how strong that individual or party is, nobody can steamroll India and 1.3 billion Indians. Indians are pretty smart. They know where to give power and where to put the brake. You have seen in the last 5 years, the same Mr. Modi has not been able to win states as easily as he used to do, say, between 2014 and 2019. And if you go to villages, and I know you travel, Rajdeep, a lot, you would hear many common people saying, अरे सब पावर एक ही के हाथ में थोड़ी देना है. आप उससे जब पूछते हो कि भाई लोकसभा और विधानसभा में अलग अलग क्यों देते हो, आप विधानसभा में कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस को जिता रहे हो, लोकसभा में कह रहे हो मोदी को दूंगा, तो बोले नहीं, एक ही आदमी के हाथ में सबको पावर नहीं देना है. कॉमन पीपल हैव दिस.
No, is that a trend that therefore is here to stay? That the same voter who may have voted, let's say in Karnataka 6 months ago for Siddaramaiah, may well vote for Mr. Modi in the general election. Same voter who may have voted for Mamata Banerjee in Bengal 2-3 years ago may well vote for Mr. Modi. We are seeing very distinct changes between Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha, and they can only grow in the future.
Well, this could be argued both ways. I have been telling this, that if you want to challenge BJP, this one data point should give you a lot of strength and courage and hope. Is that Mr. Modi's ability to fetch vote for himself versus his ability to get vote for his colleagues or his party. If you look at data from 2014 till now, between 2014 to 2019, the BJP's underperformance in assembly elections was roughly around 3 percentage point. That means in Vidhan Sabha only 3 percentage point BJP vote share was 3 percentage point lower than the Lok Sabha. Between 2014 to 2019, now the underperformance in Vidhan Sabha for BJP is close to 9 to 10 percentage point, 10 percentage point. So that means there are less, and this is the declining ability of Mr. Modi to transfer vote.
The double engine model is therefore not working as effectively when it comes to state elections.
No,
when Mr. Modi is not on the ticket, the BJP
it is that much more difficult. I wouldn't say it is not working, but I'm saying it is that much more difficult for Mr. Modi to continue getting vote for his party colleagues or his state governments who, in eyes of people, may or may not have delivered.
Because one other major trend that
earlier between 2000 to 2019, whoever Mr. Modi wanted, he said, vote for him, I will deliver, then people voted.
Sure.
But if the state governments have not delivered, people are not taking Mr. Modi's word as gospel truth and voting for them. They are still giving it to him, but in the state elections, they are voting very differently.
So that's one big difference between 2014-19 and 2019 to 24. The other trend which one notices is North versus South. We mentioned how North and West, the BJP's 80 to 90% seats, or they dominated 90% of the seats in Western and Northern India, Hindi heartland in particular. On the other hand, in the South and the East also, the BJP has found it much more difficult. Is that a trend also which you believe is here to stay?
No, I cannot say we're here to stay, but it's very clear. It's not only North and South. East, I always say that East and South, roughly about 220 seats, starting from Bihar. Don't count Bihar in North. In Bihar, BJP's vote share is never crossed 25%. Last time they have won only 17 MPs. So if you take Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, these 220 seats, BJP gets only about 45 seats, despite their success in Bihar, despite their success in Bengal, despite their doing better in Odisha. But what is happening is because they are completely sweeping North and West, these 200 seats or 180 seats which are anti-BJP member parliaments, they are of no use. And hence, if Congress plus these 3-4 key anti-BJP formations, if they are able to win even 100 seats in West and North, the game will change overnight. Because then these 200 MPs who anyway are winning as non-BJP MPs, they come into play.
But you would agree that at the moment it looks extremely unlikely that the opposition can win these 100 seats in West and North.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
It's very difficult.
Impossible?
And more, I wouldn't say impossible, but more worrying sign is that BJP knows this data as much as you and I know. Probably they know more than us. And hence you see the BJP's effort and their organizational focus is completely on East and South. Look at the number of trips Mr. Modi has done to Tamil Nadu and Kerala compared to, say, Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan. In outside election time, all his visits are to Tamil Nadu, to Kerala. Look at the effort Amit Shah puts in building Telangana and Bengal. People are not paying attention. In Telangana, BJP got 14% vote. That's a very good launching pad for a party like BJP to take on Telangana. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, I see BJP getting into double-digit vote share this time. Make no mistake, they will, anything between 7 to 12, 15% vote is possible for BJP in Tamil Nadu. In Kerala, they are already there in around 10% vote. So while BJP is investing in their weak areas, opposition is not able to hold either their strong areas or get into the new areas where they need to work on. So I don't see any party, whether it's SP or say NCP or RJD or Congress, which is the biggest party in the north and west, investing in rebuilding, re-energizing, taking a new approach to rebuild their party in these states.
You know, you've given us a nice broad national picture, but I for a moment want to look at your home state, since that's the one you've been traveling through extensively over the last 15 months, your Jan Suraj experience. As you travel, do you see a mood for change among voters? Do you believe that voters in a state like Bihar also want change, want a better life? Because one of the other distinctions between India is the India which is growing at a much faster rate, mainly Peninsula India, and an India which is growing at extremely slow rates, still has high rates of joblessness. Are these real issues before the people that lead them to believe they want political change?
Rajdeep, it's a common sense. Who doesn't want a better life? It's a question of what defines better life for you. These states like Bihar, the aspirations have been crushed so low that getting 5 kg free ration is fulfilling of the aspiration. Getting 500 rupees pension is an fulfilling of an aspiration. Maybe in Karnataka you have to pay 2,500. But to say that fundamentally people in Bihar doesn't want good life is, I think, is a very derogatory statement to make. Whether it's for Bihar or UP or Odisha, you have to be in their shoes to understand what their life is, how difficult the life is. You are talking about better education, GDP, growth, this, that. People are not getting to eat. People are not, they don't have house. In Bihar, for example, the old age pension is 400 rupees. Just imagine sitting in Delhi. In 400 rupees, the poor woman or a man has to live whole month. His eating, his household, everything is covered in that 400 rupees.
No, which is precisely what I want to know. If it remains an area of darkness, why is it in the last 30 years it's been dominated only by two figures, either by Lalu Prasad, Nitish Kumar? In a way, Nitish Kumar has shown up the entire system. He can go with RJD one day, BJP one day, but Nitish Bihar ki ek tarah se majburi hai.
Yeah, no. It's because the two mainstream large parties who should have taken the responsibility of helping the states like Bihar, namely the Congress and BJP, both in the interest of getting more MPs in Delhi, they have sacrificed the interest of people of Bihar. It's like what we call the resource crush in Africa. The more minerals you have, more is the loot. Similarly, what has happened to UP and Bihar? These states have been seen by national parties or national formations as the states from where you get the maximum MP. So their predominant focus is how to get the maximum MPs from Bihar or UP. So what happened when Congress was in power? As sensible economist, as executive like Prime Minister, he could not think out of box to do something for Bihar, because all they were interested in that with the help of Lalu Yadav, get some 20-25 MPs to run the government in Delhi. In return, if Lalu wanted to run the government he wanted to run the way he wanted to run in Bihar, they overlooked, they closed the eyes. The same thing, unfortunately, BJP is doing vis-a-vis Nitish Kumar. They are quite aware that Nitish Kumar is doing nothing. They are quite aware that Bihar is the most poorest and the deprived state even today after 15 years of coalition government of BJP and Nitish Kumar. Make no mistake, out of 18 years of Nitish Kumar as a CM, 15 years he has been CM with BJP. But BJP is completely willing to overlook it because they don't want to take the risk of not getting that 30-35 MP seats. So they are sacrificing the interest of people of Bihar, the children of Bihar, because they want 30 seats from Bihar.
But do you believe that caste-based parties or regional parties that are run around a family or around an individual like a Nitish Kumar, are they reaching exhaustion point? Do you believe a stage will come where in the next 10 years, people will look for alternatives, or are regional parties here to stay? You've told us Congress you believe is on the decline, but are regional parties here to stay?
Yeah, so I wouldn't make a sweeping comment that there is like a curtain wall that, from today onwards there will be no regional party, no caste-based party. It's a cycle. What goes up will come down. If BJP comes down, whoever is a strong force there, whether it is a regional party or Congress, they will gain. If KCR is a regional party, he declined, Congress was there, they benefited. So whoever is there on the ground, whether you are a national party or a regional party, whether you are a caste-based party or a religion-based party, if you are there, you are fighting, people see yourself around, you stand a chance, because the other person who is ruling, if he falls, you are there to benefit from it.
But is caste still very, very dominant? I'm not just looking at Bihar, but across the country. Prime Minister also projects himself, interestingly, as an OBC face. I mean, this OBC politics, Nitish Kumar tried to play caste census, it didn't really work. Rahul Gandhi has echoed caste census, not worked. And on the other hand, the Prime Minister plays the OBC card.
But I'm glad you are saying at least, because for months you guys have been telling this caste census is going to be the second mandal and this and that. And I've been telling it on ground, there is no resonance to it.
No resonance at all.
No resonance. Why? Because in politics, you can play one thing only once in lifetime. You can't do it again and again. Caste thing, once mandal done, dusted, people who benefited, people who suffered, has done. Now you cannot redo it. Nitish Kumar tried doing it. Very quickly he realized that it's not resulting into any electoral gain. So that's why he has gone back to BJP. Caste is an important factor, no doubt about it. If you do politics in India, you must understand this reality that caste is one of the major factors. But caste is not the only factor. Make no mistake, caste is not the only factor. Look at the states where we talk about the caste politics most, which is UP, Bihar. Today in UP and Bihar, BJP is getting the maximum vote, both states. In these states, you go and talk to anyone, they say, no, we are not voting for BJP, we are voting for Mr. Modi. How many people of Mr. Modi's caste live in UP and Bihar? So if we are saying that everyone in Bihar and UP are voting only basis caste, then who is voting for Mr. Modi in UP and Bihar? They are definitely not voting on the basis of caste.